hindi pwedeng hindi kami kakain sabay-sabay. Kasi yun talaga yung kultura na kinagisnan ng mga veterano like Jerry.
Buong team yun, kakain kami. Nabubuo yung banding namin dun eh. Nagsasalo-salo kami.
Kinaumagahan, before game, nagsisimba kami.
History ni Letran talaga, marami na sila naging championships eh. And lahat yung mga championships na yun is without import. Talagang hard work, yung puhunan. Every time you play, every time you compete.
Meron kami mga tradisyon na every time na may mga kung sino yung mga kalaban namin, talagang pinag-aaralan namin yung laro ng kalaban. Meron kami mga scouting report. Yung pinag-aaralan namin yung mga kung ano yung mga ginagawa nila sa game.
Colegio de San Juan de Letran, ang bagong hari ng NCAA.
2019 na nag-champion po kami. Ang lakas ng sandela nun. Pero bilog naman ang bola, yun, nag-champion pa rin kami.
Iba yung mindsetting, tsaka iba yung preparation na ginawa ko nun kasi talagang inaalay ko sa eskwela yung game na yun eh.
Pagiging player, parang trabaho na namin yan. Like, ito na yung bumubuhay sa amin.
We are opening NCAA in the midst of this pandemic. It is difficult, but we are doing it. Because life goes on, and hope is something that we should share. This opening of NCAA 96 is our statement. Through our students and sports, we are offering a chance for victory, a chance for continuing, a chance for celebration of life in the new normal. And as our theme says, we rise up together, we rise up higher. In Spanish, arriba. Siempre arriba, siempre NCAA.
Siyempre, arriba. Siyempre, Letran. Siyempre, arriba. Siyempre, Letran.
One, two, three, one, two, three. Three-letter cheers. Ready, ready. 1, 2, 3. L-E-T-R-A-N. Letran, Letran. Arriba, Letran. 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 L-E-T-R-A-N. Letran, Letran. Arriba, Letran.
Welcome to Rise Up Stronger na magbibigay sa inyo ng updates about the most exciting season of the NCAA. I'm Martin Javier.
And I'm Sophia, Senoron, and you've just seen a performance from the CSJL Lakas Arriba cheerleading team. Lakas talaga makariba ng energy and synchronized movements nila.
Tama ka dyan, Sophia. Kita mo talagang pinusuan. Sino ba naman sa kanila ang hindi mapaproud? Lalo pat Letran ang host ng NCAA Season 96. And speaking of Letran, today's episode is all about the Letran Knights. Makikibonding tayo sa ilang pambatong players ng kanilang school, plus sisilipin din natin ang kanilang preparations for the upcoming NCAA games.
Just like what Father Clarence said earlier, we are opening the season to celebrate life in the new normal. In terms of competition, here's what to expect. Martin?
Basketball and volleyball will both have individual skills challenge. Now for Taekwondo, may tagisan sa pumsay forms and speed kicking. Also, the chess matches will migrate online.
These changes are made to ensure that the athletes are safe and that all competitions abide by quarantine rules enforced by the IATF.
Now, you know what, Sophia? Looking back, Colegio de San Juan de Letran has notable records in most sports. Sa basketball pa lang, 30 titles na ang hawak ng Letran.
Grabe. And the Lady Knights volleyball team has 8 championships na at 20 naman ang titles nila sa chess.
At sa NCAA General Championships, may 9 wins na ang Letran sa Seniors Division at 8 naman sa Juniors Division. Ang General Championship po ay ang award na binibigay sa isang school na may pinakamataas na combined points from all sports kada season.
Will they be able to sweep more victories this season? Malalaman natin soon. But for right now, let's zoom in on the players who are preparing for the league.
Let's shine a spotlight on Mark Paulo Javillonar, who has chosen biking as his preferred workout. Tara, samahan natin siya mamasyal sa kanyang hometown sa Ilocos Norte.
Hello mga kapadyam, ako nga pala si Pau Javier ng Letran Knight. Andito ako ngayon sa Ilocos Norte Capital. Pero bago tayo pumadyak, kailangan safety first muna tayo. Una, check muna natin yung gulong natin kung flat. Pangalawa, check din natin yung chain natin kung naka-align ba siya. At pangatlo, importante sa lahat, check natin yung brake natin kung kumakapit siya. Kasi dito nakabase ang ating buhay sa ating pagbabike. Dito tayo ngayon sa Lighthouse Burgos. Tara, samahan nyo ako. Stop over muna tayo dito. Tin tayo doon sa may view deck sa taas. Tara. Nandito na tayo sa view deck. Isa ito sa mga tourist spot sa Ilocos Norte. Nandito tayo ngayon sa Bangge View Deck. Isa sa mga dinadayo rin ng mga turista. Andito naman tayo sa Saud Beach, ang top 25 sa buong mundo. Nandito ako ngayon sa Anupilig Hanging Bridge sa may Adams. Tara, samahan niyo ako sa may falls. Ito na yung last part sa ating pagbabike. So sana nag-enjoy kayo. Huwag niyo pala kalimutan yung brake shoes niyo pag umalis sa bahay, lalo na yung ilaw. Tapos check yung mga brakes nyo, tapos yung chain, yung gulong, tapos mag-pray kayo. Ayan, encourage kayo na mag-bike, naka-exercise ka na, nakapasyal ka pa. Yun lang, thank you for watching guys.
Alam mong letranista ka.
Alam mong taga-Letran, Manila ka.
Taga-Letran ka
Kung alam mo ang pamantayan ng pagsigaw ng Siyempre Arriba, Siyempre Letran.
Kung naging favorite mo at naging go-to food mo, ang chicken ni Mang George.
may rosary ka sa bag or sa bulsa.
Mula pa po noon, yun na po yung aming parang battle cry. Parang Siyempre means always, and then Arriba means to go up. Always moving upward, always for Letran.
Yung chicken po ni Mang George is masarap po and affordable. Tsaka marami pong mga estudyante yung gusto kasi malalaki po siya.
Mini-encourage kami na magdala ng rosary kasi kapag simula ng klase namin, nagdadasal kami hanggang sa pagtapos ng klase namin, nagdadasal pa rin kami.
Mula sa trivia ng Letran, balik po tayo dito sa NCAA at pagdating sa basketball. Tayong mga Pinoy, hindi rin tayo papatalo. Di ba? Mula sa mga big leagues hanggang sa mga paligan ng barangay, makikita mo na marami talagang talentado na basketballistang Pilipino. At sa mga viewers natin na ngayon pa lang nag-aaral maglaro, ito na. Today, let's discover ways on how to play like a pro. Now, here with us, our guest, very special guest on the show na magbibigay nga sa atin ng iba't ibang mga advice. Introduce natin sila. We have Coach Bonnie Tan, we have JP Calvo, and Kapuso star, Derek Ramsay. Guys, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
Thank you for joining us today, Derek, Coach Bonnie,
thank you,
JP.
my team.
Yeah, it's an honor for me to be having you guys here rather on the show. Pero they have one thing in common Okay, they have one thing in common itong tatlong to. Yan po ay ang Letran. Okay. Di ba? Yun yung something in common nila. Coach Bonnie is the current head coach of the defending champions, by the way, the Letran Knights. JP Calvo, former Letran Knight na ngayon po nagpupursue ng kanyang karera sa PBA. And, guys, trivia po to. Back in the day, Derek was also a Letran Knight. On the hard court, mako-confirm ba natin yan, Derek? I think this is way back. Throwback talaga to.
Yeah, 2004. Magandang story yan. No? I'm a football player. So nung nandito na ako sa Pilipinas, football wasn't so big. So na-pick up ko yung basketball, pagpapawis, laro-laro here and there. Tapos meron akong liga nilalaroan sa Green Meadows. And nandun si Samboy Lim. Tapos si Samboy, na natuwa sa laro ko, nakakaano nga eh. Diba si Idol Samboy lumapit sa'yo.
Skywalker,
Oo, sabi niya, alam mo bro, pwede kang maglaro eh. Hindi ka mag-try out sa Letran, magtatayo sila ng team sa PBL kasama ang Toyota Otis. Champion yata ang NC yata ang Letran nung year na yun, 2004, tama ba? 2004 champion under Coach Louis Alas. Sabi ko, well, not doing anything with my life right now. Paumpisa pa lang ako ng pag-aartista no, hindi pa.
So this is pre-showbiz. Pre-showbiz to.
And I consider myself more of an athlete kesa artista eh. Yun talaga yung true love ko eh. I've been playing competitive sport ever since I was a child. So football, rugby, water polo,
Ultimate.
Lahat ng sports. Ultimate came later on eh. Nag-try out ako sa Letran. Nakuha ko, 3 kaming kinuha plus yung buong Team Letran. Yung mga players pa noon, sila Boyet Bautista, Ron J. Enrile, Aaron Aban.
Mga legend yan ng Letran eh.
Ayun, nakuha ko. Training kami. Ang hirap ng training namin. Sometimes, galing na ako sa set, sa taping. Natutulog ako ng mga 20-30 minutes doon sa labas bago mag-start ng ensayo. Tinatakbo namin ang Rojas Boulevard. I played for that season. Nag-third place yata kami noon. First time sumali kami ng PBL. Tapos nag-third place yata kami noon. So, yun yung career ko sa Letran, Team Toyota Otis, noong 2004. 2004 yata yun.
Grabe naman yung trivia na yan, Derek. And I love the dedication as well. Kasi syempre, ang hirap pagsabayin nun masakit sa ulo yun, yung overnight taping, tapos magpa-practice ka with a professional team. Di ba napakahirap niyan?
Sobrang hirap. Yung puyat, that's no joke. That's the most important thing. If you train hard, you need to rest even more. Your body needs to recover. And during that time, I was a lot younger back then. I was always in shape naman kasi nga, from college. I was fresh out of college, so I was playing at the highest level in rugby, in water polo, which requires na dapat fit ka. So yung fitness ko wasn't a problem. It was more of understanding organized basketball. Hindi naman tayo yung kanto-kanto basketball where ang daming magagaling na player, but it's different kapag organized basketball.
That's true. All right, I'll start with Coach Bonnie here. Coach, you've been coaching for a while now. Long time now, you are very experienced. Now, basing it from your experiences in the past, on the technical side po ng basketball, dun sa mga nakikita mong mga bata, siguro sa pagpalagay na natin mga high school level, ano yung mga common mistakes na nakikita mo na kinakailangan immediately needs correcting?
Martin, basically, yung basketball ngayon medyo nag-evolve na. Before I coach Letran Knights, matagal din tayo sa high school level, sa ibang college. And wala naman akong masyadong, actually mas naging advanced pa yung mga training ngayon. Mga players, very mobile na ngayon, yung mga bigs, nakakashoot tayo sa manalaya, yung mga bigs magagaling din mag-dribble. Lahat, nagagawa. Actually, pero may konti lang naman yung, kasi medyo napapanood natin sa NBA, yun lang siguro yung advice ko, medyo iba nag-extra, sumosobra. So, very important ang fundamentals, basic basketball training, like yung dribbling. kailan minsan yung sumasobra sa dribble, yun na lang yung ano natin. Pwede natin i-correct immediately. And siguro mga nakikita natin sa NBA din. Sa mga...
Kasi we tend to mimic
ginagaya. Yung pagtitira ng malalayo sa 3 points. So, yun lang. Mas marami namang tamang ginagawa ngayon ng basketball fundamentals sa mga coaches natin ngayon. Pero yun lang, yung konti lang na nakikita kong immediately sana na medyo makorek sana sa mga bata ngayon.
Sa mga kids ngayon, Coach. Okay, puntahan naman natin si JP. JP, ikaw ba in the past, ikaw matagal ka na nagbabasketball, sa probinsya nyo pa, na-experience mo ba yung magkaroon ng mga mistakes na ganyan? If so, paano mo siya kinorek eventually nung karera mo ngayon sa basketball?
Kasi normal lang naman magkamali basta sa una. Doon ka nga dapat matututo pag nagkakamali kayo. So kailangan, pag ganun, kailangan lagi magtatanong ka sa mga, kunwari, guidance ng mga seniority. So, yun. Kasi nung pasok ko naman sa Letran, unang pasok ko nun, talagang di pa naman ako ginagamit. Talagang ina-advise lang nila na matuto ka lang. Kung ano yung mga mali na ginagawa mo, tanggapin mo. Tapos, pagdating ng laro, doon mo na malalaman yung maturity mo.
Yan, doon mo na i-apply kasi sa laro.
Normal lang yun pag rookie ka. Nagkakamali ka talaga eh. Kasi unang-una, maninibago ka sa culture. Kung saan ka galing na probinsya. Katulad ko, galing pa ako Iloilo. Pagdating ko dito, siyempre iba yung kompetisyon.
Correct.
Tapos, akala mo doon sa inyo, sobrang galing mo na. Pero pagdating mo pala dito,
mas marami.
Mas marami. Kaya, yun, normal lang yun.
Ayan, napakaganda nung sinabi ni JP, lalong-lalo na sa mga youngsters natin na iba kasi star di ba? May iba, ma-pride, ganon. So, lalo na kapag bata ka, mas maaga mong matutunan yan, mas maganda kasi syempre mas magmamature ka doon. Pero let's go to Derek here. Derek, you've tried so many sports already. Basketball is just one of them. When you were young, did you have any mistakes when you were young, like in terms of habits? And how did you correct them over time as an athlete?
Mistakes, at marami. That's actually the best lesson, no? You make mistakes and you learn from it. At a very young age, my dad was my coach at football, and if he didn't point out all the mistakes, I would have never learned. Kasi, bata ka, you try so hard, dahil yung focus mo nandun sa effort mo, nakakalimutan mo yung mga tinuturo sa'yo kasi gusto mo lang manalo. Maganda yung may puso ka, pero kailangan mo rin i-guide with everything that you've learned from your coaches, from your teammates, and the many mistakes I made. If my teammates or if my dad or my coach didn't point them out, I wouldn't, get to the level that I got to in the future. So talagang importante na pag nagkamali ka, tanggapin mo, learn from it, and then apply it in the next game or apply it in practice. Practice is very, very important. And everything that you learn in practice, you're supposed to apply in the game. Pero sometimes, dahil sa gigil, di ba?
Adrenaline.
Hindi, akin na to, ako nagagawa na to, didiscarte ko na to. In team sports, hindi mo pwedeng gawin yan. That's why there's a game plan. The coaches are there for a reason. They draft up the play, and we're supposed to execute. As a rookie, sometimes gusto mo may patunayan ka, di ba? Gusto mo ipakita yung galing mo. And that's where I say, I think the kids make the mistakes. They forget about the game plan and they go ahead and just, give their 100% and ako na lang, bahala na ako na to. Di ba? So, gaya sabi ni Coach kanina, yung mga nakikita nila sa NBA, ini-imitate nila, it's a process. It's a complete process, and from grade school to high school through college, those are, the competition gets better and better and better. And then when you hit the pro level, if you gained all that experience from your coaches, from your teammates, you have a better chance of excelling at the pro level.
Wow. That's valuable advice. Let's skip first to Coach Bonnie here. Coach, para naman sa mga magulang na nanonood ngayon, syempre merong mga magulang na natatakot na ipasok sa sports yung mga anak nila? Ano yung magiging advice mo sa kanila para maalis yung fear? Kasi syempre yung ibang magulang, ang thinking nila, ayoko siyang ipasok dyan. Yung iba talaga masyadong pressure sa mga anak nila, which is not a bad thing entirely. Pero yung iba, ayaw nilang ipasok sa sports kasi natatakot baka ma-injure, baka masaktan. Ano yung advice mo sa kanila?
Well, sa mga parents, very normal naman maging protective sa anak nila. No? So, alam din nila kung talagang gusto ng isang bata maging player. So, pagka alam lang nila hanggang doon lang gusto ng anak nila, definitely magiging strict sila sa mga advice sila sa anong sasalian ng liga ng anak nila.
That's great advice, lalong-lalo na sa mga parents dyan. Kumbaga, ang nakuha ko doon kay Coach, take advantage of all the opportunities na meron ngayon. Lalo na sa Pilipinas, napakarami pong liga. Nabanggit niya na ino-organize di lang sa basketball, different sports as well. Okay, but thank you so much to Coach Bonnie, JP, for guesting here on the show. Derek, we have more questions for you in just a little bit, kaya dyan ka lang. Sit tight, relax ka muna dyan, Derek.
And we're back with Kapuso leading man and proud alumnus of Letran, Derek Ramsay. Hi, Derek.
How's everybody? Kamusta kayo?
We're good. We're safe. We're social distancing. How are you?
That's good. Well, social distancing here at home. We're all locked up in our rooms. So just taking the precautions to stay safe.
Great. That's great to know. Of course, health as well. So, ngayon na napag-usapan nyo na ni Martin yung basketball career mo, ngayon, magkakamustahan na lang tayo kasi matagal na kita gusto makilala personally. Hindi na. Pati yung mga viewers natin. So, alam natin lahat that you're a very highly active person. Nakikita namin sa, syempre, basketball career mo and syempre sa mga fitness videos mo na nakita namin online. So, gusto lang namin malaman kung namana ba to ng anak mo si Austin.
Well, that's the tricky thing because Austin, he spent most of his life in Dubai. He came to me when he was at the age of 14, living with me now. So that's when I got him into sports. But you can see with Austin that he has those fast twitch muscles. He's not a big kid, but he's very strong for his size. Like he's beating kids older than him at arm wrestling. He's very, very quick. So he has those fast twitch muscles that I was luckily, which I got from my dad. So now I'm trying to guide him into sports because he's into the esports. He loves playing his computer games, and I don't really want to take that from him. Pero with that said, I want to balance all of that, and I want him to be able to experience being active, being under the sun, being outdoors, socializing with other people. But unfortunately, with the whole pandemic now, it's even much harder to do that.
Of course.
But the one thing that he does have is this. Ayaw magpatalo. May puso talaga. He's very competitive. When he tries to arm wrestle me, he really doesn't give up. Parang matatanggal na nga yung braso niya, ayaw pa rin sumuko. Laban pa rin ng laban eh. So, he still has to beat me. He's really looking forward to that day. We do sprints when we're at the beach.
Yeah.
I'm 44 now and I still beat him by just
Grabe naman.
ganito na lang ang talo ko sa kanya. So maybe next year matatalo niya na ako. But he's a very competitive kid. Super competitive.
So it's nice to know na marami kayo palang mga sporty bonding moments. Kasama ba yung basketball sa mga bonding moments mo na yon?
Yeah, we've played basketball together, but he really enjoys wakeboarding. He enjoys rugby, and he's very good at badminton. Those are the sports he loves. I'm not going to push him to love the sports that I love. Ang nakita ko kay Austin is, if I introduce him to a sport, mabilis niyang ma-pick up. But yun yung 3 sports na talagang gusto niya eh.
Wow, if he's really good at rugby, I'm sure in no time he's gonna be able to beat you up as well. So I hope you're ready for that too. So dahil nga pandemic, like we said, I'm sure na mas marami kayong time ni Austin together to bond, to catch up and everything. So we want to know, ano yung parang normal quarantine days sa inyo in the house?
Well, we bought a table tennis table, a ping pong table, and we've had some very heated ping pong games. Talagang labanan. And ako, hindi talaga ako magpapatalo. So I give him my A game, and my nephew also lives here in the house, and he's a professional football player, so very competitive din siya. So we have very competitive table tennis games here in the house, especially during the lockdown. We were able to order a table and play games.
Well, that's great. It's great to know that you still have a lot of on your hands, even if, you know, may pandemic and hindi nga pwedeng lumabas muna. Pero ngayon na, syempre malapit na siya mag-18, so that's a special moment for not only him but also for you. Can you describe what kind of young adult you think he's turning out to be?
He's a really good kid, you know. Actually, he's turning 18, but I still look at Austin like he's 13, 14 years old. He's growing into himself. His confidence is getting there, and I can see when he hits his, you know, that next chapter of his life, I think he's going to be a proud kid. The best way I can describe him is that when he puts his mind into something, he does it 200%. Talagang his best, and that's my attitude, and I got that from my dad. So with Austin, he loves computers, and I think that's the road he's going to go down for college. He's really going to dedicate his life to that, and I can see my son doing amazing things in the future. And whatever it is that he wants to do, I will definitely support. So if he wants to get into acting, I only have one rule: finish college first, get a degree, and then you can do whatever you want.
Yeah, my mom had the same rule, so I totally understand. So I can see in your eyes how much you love him. I can see the bond that you guys already have. So I just want to know, like you said in one of your interviews that you treat him as your best friend. So where do you draw the line between best friend and, you know, being a father, like using the father card, like can't do this, this is the rule, I am the law.
I mean, that's tough. You know, that it's really tough. I want him kasi to feel comfortable to come to me with anything. If he's going through something, if he has any problems, gusto ko lumapit siya sa akin. But yeah, you still have to discipline him, and sometimes he forgets about that. So it's hard, but you really have to, you know, put your foot down and say, hey, I've given you sufficient enough warning about certain things. If he keeps repeating it, I put my foot down and he gets grounded. If I ground him for a week, it will last siguro mga 3 or 4 days. Kasi masunurin naman siya when I put my foot down. Minsan, sumasagot, and I have to remind him, hey, I'm still the boss. You're living under my roof, you know? And he respects that, and that's what I like. In the beginning, when he first moved, it was really, really tough, I'll be honest with you. And I don't blame the child. He grew up in Dubai, so it was also hard for my son to adjust. But you know, just recently is when he actually came down to me and he's like, I think it's time for me to call you dad. And I just broke down into tears. I couldn't hold it back, and
that's amazing.
I said, come here, and I gave him a hug, and I broke down even more like a baby. So it's tough as a parent to see your child suffering when you ground them, but sometimes, you know, you really have to do it because it's for their own good.
Yeah, well, it's great to know that you guys have a really strong bond that you guys are still going to make stronger. And because of that, I'm sure that he's very proud of you just as you are proud of him. So I hope you guys have a great rest of the quarantine to spend together and catch up and enjoy your time together. And of course, I want to thank you, Derek, for coming onto the show, and hope to see you sa upcoming shows sa GMA. Is there anything you'd like to add or plug?
Well, for now, I'm really going to focus on staying healthy, staying fit, and I would like to, you know, motivate people and influence people that they should really focus on their health right now to fight this virus. Our immunity is the best thing, that our immune system is the best thing that can fight this virus. So let's give a little bit more priority on our health and live an active lifestyle, proper nutrition. For now, I choose not to work. But when things clear out a little bit more, then I'll get back into work.
So thank you again, Derek, for joining us today. And when we come back, Martin and I pair up with experts in a battle of wits about sports trivia.
Sabi nga ni Michael Jordan, talent wins games but teamwork wins championships. So, para manalo sa game na to, teamwork is key.
This is the ultimate sports trivia quiz. Pero wag kang mag-alala, Martin, kasi may matiteam up tayong experts para equal chances of winning. Ikaw talaga kakabahan, no? Parang ako dapat.
Oo nga eh. Hindi, actually pareho tayo dapat kabahan. Siyempre, hindi natin alam. Kailangan natin ng katulong dito. Una muna, ipakilala natin my teammate, Assistant Coach Lou Gatumbato of the Letran basketball team.
And my teammate, professional basketball player and former Letran Knight, Big Mac Andaya.
Hello, guys!
Kamusta?
Hi.
Coach?
Before we start, Big Mac, you're actually an actor. The last time we saw you was on Superman with Marian Rivera. Congratulations pala doon.
Si Big Mac, very hard to miss to si Big Mac. Kaya 6'9" po yan. Si Big Mac, kahit hindi kondisyon yan, kukunin ng team yan.
Ang laki.
Ang laki eh. No? Pero, kamusta nga sa natin, stock knowledge natin pagdating sa sports? Yan po yung malalaman natin at dyan namin kayo aasahan ni Sophia. Maasahan ba namin kayo?
Mas lalo ko po.
Pwede. Ito na, for this game, we will flash a question sa ating screen. Ayan, take turns po kami ni Sophia sa pagbabasa. Aabangan nyo lang po ang pagsabi namin ng go, and that's our cue to press the buzzer. Now, the first to buzz gets to answer. Kapag mali po ang sagot niya, pwedeng mag-steal ang kalaban.
And the team with the most points at the end of the round wins. So, let's test our buzzers.
Okay.
Hindi namin.
Okay.
Pwede na.
Gumagana. Sure na
Pwede
sure
na.
po kaming gumagana. Ayan, very distinct yung buzzer namin. Sige! Let's start with question number 1. Ang tanong. So this is the question. This is an inappropriate or unfair act by a player that violates the rules of a sport. In 3, 2, 1, go! Hey! Sino na? Sino? Ay, kami! Coach Lou!
Sorry.
Let's go.
Unsportsmanlike foul or unsportsmanlike behavior.
Let's go. Sige, tignan natin kung tama yung sagot. And the answer is... Foul. Pwede na! Unsportsmanlike foul. Thank you so much, Coach Lou.
Bawi tayo.
Bakit?
Sobra-sobra na words.
1 point. 1 point.
1 point. So next, ang tanong. What do you call the 2 lines at each end of the basketball court? 3, 2, 1, go! Sinabay ko yung pag-go ko.
Naganda ako din nagka-basketball.
Go! Let's go, man!
Baseline.
Ay, galing.
Baseline.
Fairness.
Baseline.
Side eh.
Baseline.
Ends of the court daw. And the answer is... Sana baseline. Whoa! Nice.
Sige, bigyan natin. Good one, Mac.
1 point.
Sabi naman yan. Kunwari hindi
Good
siya
job, good job,
Yan ang
good job.
tinatambayan po ni Big Mac Andaya kapag matakbo siya sa court. Ayan. Pero, sige, next question tayo. Ang tanong!
Hindi ako umaabot dun eh pag tumatakbo ko.
Hindi siya umaabot doon. Okay, the next question natin. In basketball, this happens when a basketball player takes too many steps with the ball, without bouncing it. In 3, 2, 1, go!
Ah, daya!
What?
Daya!
Is it
Travesty.
Is it Travesty.
Traveling without passport.
And the answer is...
Sige, and the answer is...
Of course, it is traveling.
So next, ang tanong. This piece of basketball uniform contains the player's number and last name at the back. The word rhymes with mercy. 3, 2, 1, go!
Jersey.
Let's go, Coach
Jersey.
Lou.
And the answer is... Jersey.
Easy!
Alam ko din yun. Masasabi ko na alam ko din yun.
Close game, ha?
Close game. So may 2 points yung
Dapat
Team
3-1
Sophia
yun.
and 2 points na si Team Martin. So let's move on to the next question.
Wala mong tayo. Oh, sige. Ito na. Ang tanong! This is an offensive strategy where a team attempts to rush down the court to beat the opponent to the basket. In 3, 2, 1, go! Ay!
Kami.
Nasa
Fast break.
Nasa G pa lang.
And the answer is... Siyempre, fast break. May tiwala ako. Yes!
Fast break.
Nice,
Nasa
nice.
pat 3 pa lang. Lumindot
Nasa,
na
oo
eh.
nga eh. Sige.
Next question. Ang tanong! Sino dito ang hindi Letran Knight? Michelle Carlino, B. Roberto Cruz, and C. Rai De La Rosa, D. Fran Yu. Alam ko si Fran Yu Knight. So, 3, 2, 1, go! Ay,
C. Rai De La Rosa. San Beden.
Galing.
And the answer is...
Yes, tama tayo. Pareho tayo.
Pwede ba yun na JRU?
Alam mo yun. Alam mo yun. Rai De La Rosa. Promise.
Yung may
Alam mo
kapatid?
Yun yata yung taga JRU.
JRU
Taga
pa na
JRU
yan.
yun.
oo. Yung,
Yes.
ano niya, San Beda.
Oo.
Brother. Ito yung next question po natin. Complete the missing word in Letran's battle cry. Siempre blank, siempre Letran. In 3, 2, 1, go!
kami.
Oo, yung daya. Sila pa rin nauna.
And the answer is... Arriba! Team Sophia wins! Team Martin loses. Pinoy tayo.
Daya.
Coach,
Good job,
pinagbigyan
good
na.
job.
Iba. Maganda yung
Okay.
combination ng beda at
Oo, iba talaga yung pag ni-remix yung Beda and Letran.
Kunyari.
Teamwork. Hala!
Ayan. Final score po natin. At ba ako nag-announce ito? Team Sophia with 4 points. Team Martin with almost 4, but we only got 3. Ayan.
And dahil nanalo tayo...
House and lot?
Sana. Pero nanalo tayo ng GMA Now, so we can watch our favorite Kapuso shows anytime and anywhere. O, di ba?
Yes.
You can watch yourself na.
Yes.
Sa cellphone mo anytime, anywhere.
Wow.
Ito po yung inyong premyo.
Kawawa naman yung kaibigan ko, wala siyang ganito.
Maraming salamat po sa ating guest today sa pagtulong sa amin sa ating quiz challenge. You got Assistant Coach Luga Tumbato. Coach, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Maraming industriya ang pinadapa ng pandemya at kabilang na nga dyan ang sports. But by the grace of God, NCAA is taking a leap of faith by resuming the games in the midst of the pandemic. How does the league navigate through the challenges of this special season? Aalamin natin yan mula sa NCAA Season 96 Management Committee Chairman Father Victor Calvo and Lady Knights na sina Kathleen De La Cruz at saka si Rodlyn Mendoza. Hello Father, hello girls. Thank you for joining us here on Rise Up Stronger. Kamuna Father, kamusta? Kamusta yung naging pandemic life mo? Yun muna yung tatanong ko sa'yo kasi alam ko medyo naging challenging yan eh.
Of course, aside from the job or the vocation to help those in need during the pandemic, sa NCAA, we're meeting regularly with the management committee to make sure that we have something to show to the fans, not only of the NCAA but the entire sports.
Yun yung itatanong ko, Father, speaking of the NCAA already, paano nga ba nabuo yung desisyon na ituloy? Kasi for the longest time, di ba, floating ang ating status, pero nabanggit mo, nagmi-meeting kayo every week. So, describe nyo naman sa amin yung naging proseso nyo with the management committee, kung paano nyo na-solidify talaga yung desisyon na, sige, tutuloy natin yung season 96.
So it was a collective decision on the part of the NCAA Management Committee. Mahirap, of course, because hindi normal yung situation.
Correct.
So all of us were adjusting. And but we decided, remember, we don't have the network. So that's the first order of the day.
Priority.
Yeah, to find the network. So there were offers. But at the end of the day, we find that Kapuso has the best offer, not only in terms of financial offer, but you know, the exposure.
Yeah.
At sa tingin ko naman din nagkamali kasi nandito kami yun, nag-start eh.
Correct.
And we're very happy with that. Ano? So patuloy pa rin yung aming ini-squeeze namin eh, lahat ng pwedeng mangyari. Of course, we have to abide by the IATF, saka yung sa CHED, because sa school kami, estudyante ito, remember, karamihan din dito, minors.
Minors, yeah.
So we have to take extra caution for the safety of the student athletes and the fans.
Father, since nandiyan na tayo dun sa safety, usapin ng estudyante, kasi banggit mo, iba nga sitwasyon to pag pinag-uusapan mga estudyante ng mga eskwelahan.
Yes.
Pero paano ba natin dinesign ang mga laro natin in a way na ligtas lahat ng players o lahat ng mga kalahok ng mga laro natin pag nagmamount tayo ng mga tournament natin?
Okay, so NCAA kasi would like to show our creativity and the resiliency of the Filipinos, especially during the pandemic. So we don't easily give up. So with the help of the media partner, the GMA, kaya karamihan ito online, hybrid, just like what we are doing right now, at gagawin natin mamaya with the 2 players. So yun lang yung, we don't give up eh. Yun lang naman yung gusto naming sabihin na it's a new normal. Ibig sabihin, dati abnormal to eh. So ngayon, we have to adjust. Ito na yung normal natin na something new. We have to adjust to the situation and make the most out of it.
Correct. Pero para dun sa dalawa nating players, mga lady knights natin to, manlalaro ng volleyball. Unahin ko muna si Rodlyn. Hello, Rodlyn. Hello.
Hi po.
Kamusta? Kamusta ka? Rodlyn, ikaw, nung narinig mo, kasi ang daming changes sa season 96, iba to sa mga na-encounter mo in your playing years dyan sa Letran. Ano yung initial reaction mo dun sa lahat ng mga pagbabagong to?
Siyempre, andun pa din po yung excitement kasi siyempre matutuloy na po ulit yung NC na matagal naming hinihintay. At the same time, maninibago po kasi may mga protocol na po tayong sinusunod.
Si Kathleen dito, ikaw naman, yung reaction mo dun sa mga bagong changes natin kasi ibang-iba to. Di ba, Kathleen?
Yes po. So, syempre po para sa akin pa rin, excited pa rin po at the same time kasi finally matutuloy na tong liga ng NCAA Season 96 dahil maraming pong nag-aabang, maraming mga sabik na athlete kagaya ko na gustong-gusto na pong maglaro. Kahit na po madaming changes, syempre po safety first pa rin para sa mga staffs and sa mga coaches and athletes na rin po.
Sa'yo muna, Kathleen, paano mo yun pinagandaan? Paano ka nagre-ready dyan? Kasi iba ito dun sa nakagawian mo noon.
Yun po, kahit po may pandemic, syempre tuloy pa rin po yung pag-maintain ng katawan namin. And weekly po nagbibigay ng bagong program si coach para po may masundan pa rin kaming program. And once a week din po, nagkakaroon kami ng virtual training po. And pag po magsasarin kami, misa po nag-gym din po kapag may time, ganun. And nagsisend po na kami ng record na nagtitraining kami para po may proof na nagtitraining talaga kami kay coach.
Ikaw, Rodlyn, nilulook forward mo ba o naka-adjust ka na ba sa gantong klaseng style nyo ng training?
Ako din po, nagja-jogging po every morning, ganun. Tapos nag-gym din po. Tapos sinusunod po namin yung program na pinapadala po ng coach namin. Tapos yun po, gaya ng sabi ni Kathleen, nagpapadala po kami ng videos kay coach para po may proof na ginagawa po namin yung program na sinesend niya.
Maraming salamat, Rodlyn at Kathleen. Mamaya kausapin ka ulit namin. Pero balik tayo dito kay Father Vic. Father, ito na. Malapit na magsimula yung palaro natin dito sa NCAA Season 96.
Yeah.
Ano yung mga pinaghahandaan nyo, mga detalye, specific details na pinagpe-preparan nyo for the opening and for the season itself?
Yeah, for the opening of course, ang hirap ngayon yung mga protocols, lalo na dito sa GMA, and of course in our schools. So we have to follow, sabi nga nila, we have to consider the safety ng everybody. And of course, it's not the same kind of opening that we're used to have. So, but Sir Oli and the GMA Synergy team always meeting with us and informing us of the preparations kung ano yung gagawin. Napaka-detalyado nga eh. Tapos yung email, parang oras-oras ata meron kami
Yun.
natatanggap. Oo.
Talagang oras-oras, nag-i-email.
Ano bang ano to? Parang, aling email ba dito yung tama? Di ba?
Correct.
Kasi usually we adjust to the situation. Yun pala hindi pwede, ito pala improve natin. So we are really very happy na Jamie yung nakakuha namin. Kasi iba yung experience eh.
Correct.
Sa ganitong situation, dito mo mapatunayan yung partner mo kung talagang mahal ka.
Lalo naman ang hugot mo dun, Father. Wait lang. Pero we are glad to hear about, the preparations. Isa kasi yan sa mga aabangan this year sa season 96, yung opening ceremonies, di ba, Father?
Oo, maganda yun. Sigurado ako maganda yun na the best that we can ever show to the Filipino nation na sports is alive in the Philippines. Ito yung matutunan ho natin sa sports na however difficult the odds may be, we rise up stronger.
Yon, ganda. Para naman sa mga fans ng Lady Knights, yung mga taga-suporta ninyo dito sa NCAA, unahin muna natin si Rodlin. Anong klaseng laban naman yung makikita natin mula sa Lady Knights this coming NCAA Season 96?
Abangan niyo po yung Lady Knights this Season 96 kasi po we will come back stronger and wiser. Hinigitan po namin yung performance namin last year. Ayun po, abangan niyo po kami.
And syempre po, aariba ngayon yung Letran Knights. And mas magiging palabang kami, mas magiging matapang. Kumbaga, laban kung laban. Walang laban na uurungan ang Lady Knights.
May konting pressure ba sa team? May konting pressure? Wala naman. Okay lang, relax lang.
Medyo po.
Medyo, no? Medyo. Andito si Father eh, so kailangan maganda yung sagot. Hindi, biro lang. Pero para naman dito kay Father Vic, dahil iba tong gagawin natin, isa to sa mga una dito sa Pilipinas na magpapatuloy ang collegiate sports in the midst of the pandemic. Base sa mga movements natin ngayon, ano yung gusto mong iwan na legacy sa mga NCAA fans at NCAA supporters natin dito sa Pilipinas, pati na rin around the world?
Okay, so sa Letran, yung culture, even sa basketball and other sports, palagi nilang sinasabi, never give up, never give in. So, our championships, di ba?
Most recent one.
Most recent one, especially, that's the attitude. So, we'd like to share that kind of culture and attitude sa NCAA and of course, to the entire sports fans all over the Philippines. Na ganito yung dapat yung attitude natin. We're down, but not we're far too down. Na hindi natin kayang gawin yung dapat natin gawin. So, we should do our best to show the spirit of resiliency. Talagang kaya natin. It's what the sports had taught us. Ito yung tinuturo natin sa athletes kapag sila'y lumalaban, na dapat lumaban.
Father, thank you so much for joining us today. Great advice, such great words, encouraging words para sa lahat po ng NCAA fans natin. At maraming salamat po sa pagpapatuloy ng NCAA Season 96.
Yeah, rise up stronger, Arriba.
Let's go! Rise up stronger, Arriba Letran. Maraming salamat din po kay Rodlin Mendoza at Kathleen de la Cruz for joining us today. And po, Father Vic, Rodlin, Kathleen, joining us here on the show. Pero hindi pa po tayo tapos. Sasamahan nating mag-workout ang Letran Knight na si Gaylord Pambid as he jogs by the beach. Yan, dito lang po yan sa Rise Up Stronger, the road to NCAA Season 96.
Alam mong taga-Letran Manila ka kung...
Alam mong taga-Letran ka kung...
Naranasan mo na ang pinakamasaya and memorable na binyag sa buhay mo.
Kung minsan mong pinilahan ang Eco Meal.
Ang ibig sabihin ng binyag, Arriba, para sa aming mga Letran Knights ay ito yung pag-welcome bilang isang official Letran Knight at ginagawa ito sa pagsaboy ng water at ito ay yearly ginagawa and sobrang saya kasi dito nakikita mo agad yung mga classmates mo, mga blockmates mo, beforehand pa ng pasukan.
Yung Eco Meal, isa siyang eco-friendly na meal na kung saan kinakain mo to sa dahon ng saging. Ano po, rice meal with adobo flakes po. So, meron siya parang giniling na
pork or chicken. Then, pwede mo siyang lagyan ng sahog ng bawang, ganon, onion leaves, ganon po. 35 lang po. Murang-mura.
Arriba, Letran.
Hi! Dumaan na naman ang isa pang summer in the new normal. Grabe. Martin, nakapag-beach ka ba kahit may lockdown?
Hindi.
When, like not even one.
No, not even
kahit na
once.
nag-GCQ, wala.
Wala. Ingit na ingit lang ako dun sa mga friends ko na nakapag-beach. Kasi swerte nila, nasingit nila yun bago nag-lockdown ulit, di ba? Pero nakakamiss yung beach. Sobrang
Of
nakakamiss yung
course,
beach.
syempre I love the beach. Syempre, we have the best beaches here in the Philippines. So, syempre, nakakamiss. It's more fun in the Philippines.
Yeah. Wow, what a promotion. Pero now, Sophia, virtual muna yung beach tour natin, beach trip natin as we join Gaylord Pambid sa kanyang afternoon jog sa dagat. Watch this.
So ayun, on the way na po kami sa dagat.
Yo!
Kasama ko si Jack. Okay. Maganda nga po, ako nga pala si Jack Pambid ng Letran Knight. Tara na, samahan niyo ako mag-jog sa beach. So ayun, on the way na po kami sa dagat. Kasama ko nga pala yung mga pinsan ko.
Yo!
Guys, si Kuya Mark and ang aso namin, si Jack. Let's go! 15 minutes walk papunta dito sa beach. Dito na po kami. Wait, kasama ko si Jack. Para sa akin, hapon eh. Kasi hapon ako lagi nag-jogging kasi bawat tapak ko sa buhangin, nararamdaman ko pa rin yung init. At maganda yung view kasi yung sunset nakikita mo. Sa akin kasi, tuwing mag-jogging ako sa dagat, lagi ako nakapain. Mas nalifeel ko yung init ng buhangin and mas comfortable ako. Yun, naka-warm up tayo. Pwede na tayo tumakbo. Tara! Ayun. Tapos na tayo mag-jogging ng almost 45 minutes. Okay. Yun guys, kung hindi kayo makalabas dahil sa quarantine o kaya makapunta sa beach, pwede nyo gawin ang alternative jogging pace. 3 to 5 minutes and 3 sets or ang jumping jumps. So yun, takbo ulit tayo. Let's go!
In our upcoming episodes, we get to know more athletes from other NCAA schools, and we will also dish out some fresh updates about this season's games. I am Martin Javier.
Catch Rise Up Stronger, the road to NCAA Season 96 on Mondays to Fridays, 2:45 p.m., Saturdays, 4:30 p.m., and of course on Sundays at 5:05 p.m. only here sa GTV. I am Sophia Senoron.
At kasama ang mga Letran Knights, samahan niyo po kaming sumigaw ng Siyempre Arriba, Siyempre Letran, Siyempre NCAA!
Batang NCAA! Hey! Ang pinakahihintay na panahon together. Tayo ay papangon. This is our year. This is our season. Ang puso mo ang number one reason. Seize the day. Seize the future. Rise up stronger. This is our year. This is our season. Ang puso mo ang number one reason. Seize the day. Seize the future. Stronger together. Kaya takinig, kaya natamig. Kapaelan tayo ganito'y kaya natong inig. Kaya takinig, kaya natamig. Kapaelan tayo ganito'y kaya natong inig. This is our year, this is our season. Ang puso mo ang number one reason.